Good morning. Thanks for tuning in to the Kehillat Shari Torah Halacha Review, Tuesday, October 6th. We are still talking about laws and customs of Sukkot and taking the Lulav and Esrog and making the circuits around the Bima. So Kitzur Shulchan writes on Shabbos, on Shabbat, we do not make circuits around the Bima because even in the temple they did not circle the altar on Shabbat. Therefore, a Sefer Torah is not brought to the Bima, but the Ark is left open until after Hoshanas are said. And in fact, this is just what we did on the first day of Yom Tov, which was also Shabbos. We did open the Ark, and we did say the special Hoshana that was composed for Shabbat, with references to a lot of references to the laws and customs of Shabbos in it, but we did not march, or we didn't take our Lulav and Esrog, because as we said yesterday, they are muktzah and not supposed to be handled on Shabbat. But we did again say that special Hoshana, and we left the Ark open until afterwards. Then we closed it. Also, we have an interesting situation nowadays because of the importance of social distancing and so on. So what we did on our second day of Yom Tov, when we did say the Hoshanas, was to have the Shliach Tzibur, the ambassador of the congregation, the Chazan, the prayer leader, also act as our representative in Hakafa. So on second day of Yom Tov, when we did the Hoshanas, holding the Lulav and Esrog, marching around the Bima, it was just the Chazan who did that. We'll have to see what unfolds the rest of the week in terms of our minyan, how exactly we will handle that. Last point he makes in this chapter, a person who becomes a mourner on Sukkot, God forbid, or a mourner during the 12 months after the passing of a parent, according to custom, should not encircle the Bima, but should give Lulav and Esrog to someone who does not have a Lulav to circle the Bima. Generally speaking, by and large, we are not so particular about that in our day. So pretty much everybody does it. Okay, next chapter is the laws of Hoshana Rabbah, Shmini Atzeres, and Simchas Torah. So Hoshana Rabbah is going to be Friday, the great Hoshana. That's the conclusion not only of the Sukkot holiday officially, but also of the entire high holiday season. What does that mean practically speaking? That we conclude saying Psalm 27, which we've been saying for 6+ weeks since the beginning of Elul. That concludes. We will eventually change the parochas here in time, hopefully, for Shmini Atzeres Simchas Torah. Anyone who did not do Tashlich yet, that's still an errand that you're waiting to fulfill from Rosh Hashanah. We went on the second day of Rosh Hashanah, if you recall. If you didn't have a chance to do that, you can do it up to Shabbos. You can do up to Friday afternoon. You can still go to the river or to any body of water and recite the Tashlich there, because Hoshana Rabbah is the conclusion, the siyum, the big wrap-up of the entire season of judgment. It's customary, you'll hear some people wish each other a guter kvittel or a piskatava, a good seal, final seal to the judgment. The fifth, or in Israel, the sixth day of Chol HaMoed, because they start Chol HaMoed one day before us, is called Hoshana Rabbah. It's customary to stay awake the preceding night and to study Torah according to the order printed in the Tikkun. There is a book called Tikkun Leil Hoshana Rabbah, because on Sukkot we're judged with regard to water upon which human life depends. And this is the last day of Sukkot, as we just said, and all depends on the conclusion of judgment. Hakol holech achar hachitum, say our sages of blessed memory. At Shacharis, additional candles are lit in the synagogue, as on Yom Kippur. The Chazan wears a kittel. La Menatzeach is said as on Yom Tov, and Mizmor LeTodah is also said, but Nishmat is not said. So there's a very interesting blend of weekday and Yom Tov prayers. It's a little bit more Yom Tov even than a regular Chol HaMoed, but it's not so Shabbos and Yom Tov that we would say Nishmas. So you have to follow the instructions very carefully in the Siddur there. You'll see it says a line that we ignore for 364 days out of the year. On Hoshana Rabbah, turn to this, turn to that, continue there, and so on. We say Ein Kamocha, we say Shema Yisrael, as on Yom Tov. In the Kedusha of Musaf, we say Na'aritzcha. So if indeed we are able to put together a minyan, it'll be quite a special davening on Hoshana Rabbah. If you're interested in joining that minyan, please get in touch with me right away, and we will, if it's still within the realm of possibility, we will try to put that together. Okay, a couple more things about that, so we'll continue tomorrow. Have a good day.